two fights because then you can't see me here, but whatever. Think about it. Yeah, everybody's functioning. Hello, Grand Shining. Grand Shining, Grand Shining, Grand Shining. I apologize for my absence and my tardiness and all the above. Um, life is life, and sometimes when life is life, you need to attend to life while it's life, and so you can thrive again. Anywho, it's Sunday sunset inspiration, and I'm gonna jump right into this because my iPad is not charged all the way, and I don't want it to die on my TikTok people. So I want to make sure that they at least get the cards. That way they can better explore themselves this weekend. So jumping into the first scripture, because when I was doing these cards, two came out and then one came out, and then I was just like, wait a minute, what this? And then I just was like, all right, we can just gonna roll with this. So the first card is, for the Lord your God is he who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies to give you victory. Deuteronomy 20, verse 4. And make sure y'all can see that, especially my TikTok people, and then my Facebook and YouTube people. So the reason why this is important for you to know, whether you're religious or spiritual, is because we all, yep, I'm going to trust myself. We all, I'm going to be myself. We all believe in a higher power of some sort. And whether that's a light or dark higher power, however you prefer for it to be acknowledged, is your personal preference. But nonetheless, you're the person, the entity, spirit that you depend on for that higher power, that higher energy, that higher vibration, the ascension is going to help you fight your battles. They're going to help you fight and strive for you, for who you are, what you ask for, what you need help conquering and defeating, who you need help conquering and defeating. And sometimes it's just yourself that you need to conquer and defeat. Let's just put that out there first and foremost. If you've caught my blog for this morning, in my podcast for this morning and this afternoon, the whole energy of today's inspiration is about being one with self, being who you are naturally, truthfully, authentically, not pretending to be somebody else, allowing yourself to blossom and bloom, allowing yourself to shine and thrive and live life, however that may look and be for you, not somebody else. Moving into the next card, which is the inspiration card, be yourself and you can be anything. For my people who like to journal, make sure you pull your journals out and write this down. You inspire me because, and when I say you, I mean self. So write down, I inspire me because ABC, XYZ, 1, 2, 3, whatever the case may be for you. Why are you inspiring yourself? How do you inspire yourself? And then once I'm gonna come back to you, TikTok, because I was quick. I moved a little bit too fast, and I realized that, so I apologize. I do like hearts, y'all, just so y'all know. I know y'all know, but I'm gonna say it again. But how do you inspire yourself? What are you inspiring yourself with, to be, to do, to feel, to see, to think, to experience in your life overall? How are you inspiring yourself? What are you inspiring yourself with? I'm gonna touch base on this morning. The sunrise was about blooming. You can't be you, and you can't thrive in life, live fully in life, unless you allow yourself to just open up and blossom. Be the plant, be the flower, be the garden, like whatever plant or flower or part of the garden that you acknowledge and resonate to be. Allow yourself to be just that. In other words, be the fruit. You are the fruit that has grown from the tree and fallen from the tree, is ready to be consumed from the tree. Allow yourself to blossom. And then this afternoon was about being your authentic self, living in your truthfulness, because truth don't need explaining. Truth don't need nothing because truth is what it is, whether we like it or we don't like it. And we don't like it because it's something that resonates deeply inside of us, whether it's true or not. It touches us some kind of way. And then if now we're talking about the sunset, just be yourself. Be you authentically. A lot of us are afraid to be ourselves. A lot of us are afraid to be in our power and be who we are naturally because for some reason, form, shape, fashion, facet, there has always been and always will be someone who is going to say things about you that you don't necessarily like because it may be true and it may not be true, but it hurts your feelings because you're working so hard to show up for yourself and the person that you are have a sacred and intimate space in your being for. I told you my battery was getting low on TikTok. There we go. We back. But basically, they're saying things that aren't necessarily true about you, and you're fighting to live up to show them, like, hey, and here we go with Instagram. You're fighting to show them, like, hey, that's not who I am. I don't know why you see me that way, and you try to work through these things with people, especially the people that you hold dear to you, your loved ones, to show them that that's not who you are. And then you fight and try to show them who you are. The trouble with this is, and I was watching Michelle Obama and Oprah today, The Light Within, I think that's the name of it, but regardless, I'm getting her book. that's y'all need to get that book. You need to get that book. But basically what it is you're standing in someone else's mirror and you can't 444, you can't make yourself look like the person you really are in someone else's mirror. And basically what that means is that you're going to look how you look to that person, no matter what you do, what clothes you put on, what filter you use, because I played with the filters so I can get more stuff on TikTok and Instagram. But no matter what makeup you use, filter you use, clothes, hairstyle, dye, whatever, however you dress yourself up, you cannot change a person's perspective. You can show them the truth, which is your truth, but they're only going to see what they want to see and what they allow themselves to see, no matter how true you're being to yourself or not. You can't change what somebody else sees and perceives or conceives, perspires of you. Just be you. These people going, I try not to cuss on Sundays when I'm doing this because I have scriptures involved, but the truth of the matter is these people going to be who the fuck they going to be. You can't change that. Don't try to change it. Just be you. Live in your true, authentic self. When you live in your true, authentic self, you're going to, one, make sure that you protect your manifestations because when you're living in your truth, you're always manifesting. So you need to always protect yourself while you're manifesting, while you're living in your true self. You need to always protect yourself. That's that. And if you're living in your true self, then to be honest with you, it ain't much to protect because, like I said, truth don't need no coincidence, no conspiring. It doesn't need to be confirmed. It needs no confirmation. And then with you living in your true self, being your authentic self, you're going to make sure that you are knowing that this game of life, the earth school game of life has the unknown, which is the stuff that we have to travel through, the fears that we have to travel through because we don't know what's going to happen, because we want this to happen, whereas that's happening. And then we like, shit, I don't want to go through this, but I have to go through this in order to get to my destiny, my fate. So while you're protecting your manifestations and living in your truth, know that this game of life is full of the unknown. But the ultimate goal is your fate, your destiny. It doesn't matter what you do, whether you choose to go along your path or not, you're going to always end up at your destiny, which is your fate, your purpose. That's where you're going to go, whether it's in this lifetime or another lifetime. And if y'all confused about that, you know how they say, well, he did his time or she did his time. It's time for him to go. We need to live this purpose. Not necessarily. We come back. And if you really want to know why people come back because we have a life path and a life purpose, you're going to come back full circle until you live out your purpose. So either do it now while you know what's there and stop being afraid of yourself. Stop being afraid of what people project onto you. Stop standing in other people's mirrors and just live your life. Or you're going to keep doing this shit until you get tired of doing it. I'm going to just say that. Another thing that's going to lead me into the third card, because we getting real low on TikTok and Instagram, and I don't want to lose y'all, is, man, I almost lost my train of thought, and I did lose my train of thought, but it'll come back around. There it is. I knew it was going to come back. The power of being a motivational speaker. They trained me well. They molded me well. They guided me well. The goal for you to focus on when you're being yourself is leaning on your spirit. Now, I know some of the religious people are going to be like, no, God said lean not on your own understanding, but to lean on the Lord, or however that scripture goes. Not knocking it. I know what they mean. However, the more you lean on your spirit, the closer you get to the higher powers that be. Thank you for those hearts. I mean, those roses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The more you lean on your spirit is connected to the high spirit, the higher above, the most high, the power that be, the powers that be, Allah, God, Buddha, Olodumare, whoever you identify that higher entity to be. Your spirit is connected to that, the universe. It's connected to that. So when you can't sync and connect with your heart, mind, body, soul, talk to your spirit. It's going to always take you where you need to go. And it's always waiting for you to come to it. It's never looking for it to come to you. You got to get to spirit, your spirit. It's get to it, go to it. Last scripture, and then I'm going to share something with y'all, share a couple of things with y'all, and then I'm going to get off here because, again, I do not want to lose you guys on TikTok and Instagram. Ephesians 6:10. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might, which is what I was just talking about. I said it was going to lead me into it. Lean on your spirit. Let it be your guiding light. That is the light. You are the light. You are the center that is connected to the higher power that be. And when you allow yourself to live your true, authentic self and to bloom and blossom, you generate more health, more wealth, less compromise and trying to fit into these tiny little bitty ass boxes that other people want us to be in. Because when you start compromising yourself, you start placing resentment on you. My shoulda, coulda, woulda. I wish I had of. Why didn't I? Had I done this, then this would be that and that, and this would have been that. It's just too much bullshit to be putting on yourself. And then you wonder why you can't connect to spirit. And this is why. So my question for you, no, I want to read so other journal prompt to go along with you inspire me because, or I inspire myself because. You're going to do a journal prompt of 3, what was it? Shit. I know how I can find it. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. Work with me, universe. Work with me. Okay. So, journal prompt. Give me one moment. Publishing that. Make sure my blogs get left up there. Keep editing. I don't know what it's doing. Come on, hurry up. Okay. So, okay. Because it came from the self-care, Sunday self-care. That's fine. So the journal prompt that you want to do is, okay. So journal prompt that you want to add is picture yourself living your truth and not compromising yourself. What does that look like for you? Write it out. There's power in the pen. There's power when you release what's up here and in here. If you can't say it, you can write it. And there's power in that. And then write down 3 words that represent your truth and another 3 words that represent freedom for you. My one question for you, is, will you receive yourself in your purpose? That's what I really, really want you to ask yourself before you go to sleep. Don't ask yourself anything else. Make sure when you take your bath, your showers, however you cleanse and release from the day, because this is a new week, make sure you let go of everything everyone, including yourself. And before you call all of you back to you, make sure you reach out to that part of you that you let go in, like on a rampage. Could make sure you tell him or her to calm down, come back to me peacefully so we can talk about this. But first, I need you to come back so you can rest. Come back peacefully so we can rest. The one question I want you to ask yourself before you go to sleep, don't have anything else on your mind, because when you have all these other things on your mind, your spirit is out there trying to get all of these answers while you're asleep. That way, when you wake up, you're like, I got it. No. And then you be too tired because you're waking up in your spirit like, hell, you done put me on a task of everything. I can't complete all of this in this little bit amount of time that you're choosing to sleep, because some of us don't sleep the amount of time that we're supposed to. So the one question that you're going to ask yourself is, will you receive yourself and your purpose? This is going to help you prevent from constantly living this life, this experience, this lesson that you agreed to come here to fulfill over and over and over and over. Basically, you're going to become obedient and you're going to fulfill your purpose. And then the last thing that I want to leave you with, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for holding space with me, for us. Please make sure you hit the share button, because sharing is richness, not just caring. I also want you to make sure that you stay sincere, smile, and definitely keep shining. I don't give a damn who, what, when, where, how, why, or wow, how. Make sure you keep shining, even in those dark moments. That's when you're going to shine the most, because there's life in darkness. There is light in darkness. That connection when conception happens, when the sperm meets egg, fertilizer meets egg, is a boom on the inside of the womb, which is a light that actually combusts. So know that you are light, whether you want to believe it or not. You are light. You are created in darkness. Everything on this planet, in this realm, in this time, space, and dimension is created from darkness. But in the words of Lauryn Hill on Sister Act 2, if you want to be somebody and if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention to yourself. You are here to master you, your life, and your purpose in life. That is your piece to the grand puzzle. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I love y'all. You can go check out my podcast, which is on Apple, Woman of Life. And you can check out my blog, which is also connected to my podcast or my blog. They're connected to each other. Shit. I love y'all. That's my joy, my peace, my unconditional self-love, my life, and a little bit of my eternal light. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. A wonderful new month is coming in, and we have a full moon lunar eclipse coming in Scorpio. So get ready for that transformation. Whether you want it or not, you better fall in line and go with it. Otherwise, it's going to drag you with it, because Pluto is also retrograde in Aquarius. And Aquarius is an airhead. Pluto is the transformation planet, cold-hearted. They're just going to take you through it, whether you want to go or not. I suggest you surrender to yourself, submit to yourself, and go ahead and take that journey. Explore yourself. You need you more than anybody needs you. And wouldn't it be great to explore who you are? Why would you want somebody else to explore you when you don't even know who you are and what you are? You haven't explored yourself completely. I'm done, because this is going to shut off. Y'all have a good night. Rest well. Mwah.